Good afternoon. I'm Robert Hadlock. Leslie Rohde has the evening off, accused of leaving employees and families out in the cold. The former director at Family Connections sheds new light today on why she fled the country. Finally, in a courtroom to face the charges, Louanne Aponte's attorney says she ran to South America because she was scared. Aponte left for Venezuela in February, just before authorities accused her of stealing more than $1 million from Family Connections. The Austin nonprofit was then forced to shut down. With continuing coverage this evening, KXAN's Chris Sadeghi is live at the courthouse where, for the first time, Aponte's actions were explained. Chris?
Well, her attorney spoke for her, but Louanne Aponte fled the country for Venezuela when she realized charges would be filed against her. 10 months later, she realized she had to come back.
Last night I couldn't sleep.
When Louanne Aponte left it all behind, Juanita Torres was one of the workers she left. Now Aponte has come back to it all, and Torres was still there waiting for her.
I'm kind of relieved and scared to face her.
But there wasn't a whole lot to face. Aponte was quickly in and out of the courtroom after the judge thanked her for coming back to face the charges she ran from.
I mean, Louanne Aponte was frightened. She left Austin in February when she discovered she was going to be embarrassed and going to be prosecuted.
Outside the courtroom, Aponte's attorney, Nate Stark, tried to explain the reasons for her departure and her return.
She knew that she had to see her son and her daughter, who she loves very dearly, and there's no way for her to do that if she stayed in Venezuela.
Those children and her husband, Marco, watched from the front row. Marco's been facing similar charges over the past 10 months. Both his and his wife's attorneys say Louanne wanted to clear him of any wrongdoing, but prosecutor Greg Cox says Marco isn't out of the woods yet.
Based on the facts that we know, I think he's going to have to face these charges.
Despite hundreds of thousands in missing dollars, Stark says Louanne left for Venezuela with just $3,500. He also disputes that they lived well off the stolen money.
She and her ex-husband had used cars that were relatively inexpensive. Her house is middle class by any standards.
The Apontes lived in this Circle C home appraised at $382,000. Their home, cars, and 3 bank accounts have been seized until the money is recovered. Stark says Louanne will help them track the money down and return it to its rightful place. But for Juanita, Torres, and others, the thing they value most might not ever be returned.
I don't think it'll bring closure because something that we loved so much got closed and it will probably never reopen.
The Apontes are due back in court on January 14th. Prosecutors say that Louanne Aponte is looking at several years in jail, even if she does help them recover some of that more than $1 million that went missing. We're live at the Travis County Justice Complex. Chris Sadeghi, KXAN Austin News.